Guys, listen. If you want to become financially free and you want to be debt free, there's really only one thing you need to do. And this is stacking the odds in your favor. A lot of people, what they do is they make this situation extremely worse. And then they wonder why they're continually in debt and have a paycheck to paycheck cycle. So in this video, guys, real quick, I'm going to give you 10 things that you should follow in order for you to stack the odds in your favor. Number one, guys, is the most obvious, and it's increasing your income. You need to try to increase your income as much as possible. Listen, you cannot get complacent in a job. It's really easy. Nowadays, you have a job, you feel really complacent, you're saying, you know what, I like this place and I'm cozy. You can't do that, guys. You have to maximize your income as much as possible. Your company's getting away with it. They're getting away with you being so cozy, and they're not going to give you the pay that you deserve. Why? Because they understand you're not leaving because you're being cozy. You got to get your ass up. You got to try to transfer to another department. You have to negotiate getting pay raises because you only have a small window in your life to build wealth. So you need to do that now. Now, the second thing you need to do is to manage your expenses wisely. You need to have a budget. By all means necessary, you just need to have a budget. How intricate it's going to be is really up to you. But to me, and what I'm going to recommend to you as well, is something really simple. Just write down all your expenses, write down your monthly income, and know how much money you have left every single month. Know how much money you have going towards your bills, how much money you have to savings. You need to understand exactly what is going on in your financial world. You don't need to make it that complicated. Really, just get a pen and a piece of paper and write down all your expenses and your income. That's it. Because guys, if you're not going to create a roadmap at all, okay, to where you want to go, then don't be surprised when you never go to where you want to go, right? If you want to be debt free, you have to write down exactly how much debt you have and how you want to get out of it. If you want to build wealth, you have to write down exactly how you want to do it. You can't just get into this blindly. And I get it, man. So many people do this, and it's really unfortunate. You get really cozy with living paycheck to paycheck, living that YOLO life. And it's really scary to look at your expenses. But you can't do that. You just cannot do that. You have to confront your fears, look at your expenses, and understand exactly where you're spending your money. Now, the third thing, guys, is this, and it's the most important thing. You need to build an emergency fund. You can't stop messing around not having an emergency fund. Any little thing that happens is going to derail you. Nothing is going to change until the day you start having an emergency fund. Even if it's $100 and you start accumulating later on down the road, $100, guys, is a big deal for some people. Okay, but you need to continually build an emergency fund, at least 3 to 6 months. All right, what I recommend is 3 to 6 months of your income. Okay, put that in an emergency fund, because the bigger your emergency fund gets, then the safer you're going to be for any type of emergencies. You will not get out. You will never ever stack the odds in your favor if you're continually neglecting an emergency fund. You need to have an emergency fund. Now, the fourth thing you need to do to stack the odds in your favor is to invest early and consistently. You need to just invest as soon as you have the opportunity. Listen, in your job, they offer 401k, take the match. I don't care how broke you are. I don't care about your financial situation. Take the match what your company is giving you. This is the way, guys, you're going to protect yourself in the future. This is what stacking odds in your favor is all about. The odds that you're stacking for you now is basically that way in the future you will not be reliant on Social Security. You will not be having to live in subsidized housing. You will not have to continue working because you did not handle your business. The earlier you start, the easier it is. It's really painless if you're starting in a young age. But if you're doing it at a later age, it gets a lot more difficult. A lot more difficult to catch up. So I highly recommend that please invest in a Roth IRA, invest in your 401k, invest in those immediately. Set it and forget it, okay? Automate it immediately and set it and forget it. That way, your future is protected. The fifth thing you want to do is stop messing around with debt. As long as you continue to walk around with debt, you are going to struggle. Continuously struggle. And it's not that, guys. It's not only the fact of you're going to struggle financially, you're going to struggle mentally. You're going to struggle with depression, money stress. All these things are going to start accumulating, and it's really going to derail your life. You walk around with debt, you're stacking the odds against you. You need to get rid of your debt. The majority of society is walking around with debt. If you want to win, if you really truly want to win, then you have to eliminate debt. There's just no exceptions to the rules. The less expenses you have, the less amount of money you will need in the future when you retire. Okay, so bring your expenses down as much as possible. That way you can start winning. Now, the sixth thing you need to do, guys, is increase your financial literacy. you have to have a simple understanding about a budget, about 401k, about a Roth IRA. You need to understand what a high yield savings account is and the rates that you get on it. How much rates you're paying actually for your car, your home, your mortgage, all of that. You need to have a basic understanding of finance. You don't need to be a guru. You don't need to be someone that works in Wall Street. You need to know at least enough, because the advantages that people take on you when you don't understand nothing when it comes to finance is massive. It's a massive advantage that people take towards you. And it's going to cripple you to build wealth. If you don't know how much money you're paying in debt, you don't know how much money you're getting in your savings account, and you have an opportunity to take your money and put it somewhere else to gain more money, you're really screwing yourself over. There is no more of this excuse of, well, I was never taught this when I was older. Now you know. You need to arm yourself and educate yourself when it comes to finances. Nothing difficult, just the basics. If you want, subscribe to my channel and I will give that to you. The seventh thing you want to do to stack the odds in your favor is to leverage tax advantage accounts. This is going to be as simple as possible what I'm going to explain to you guys. If you put money into a 401k, you're saving on taxes. Okay? You put money in a Roth IRA, you're saving on taxes. You put money in an HSA account, you're saving on taxes. You start opening your business and running your business, you save on tax deductions and itemizing. You want to take advantage of all of this. You want to, as much as possible, to avoid paying taxes. Now, hear me out here. Avoid paying taxes is not the same as tax evasion. Avoid paying taxes means you will find ways legally, by law, to not pay taxes on certain transactions that you do. Tax evasion means you're just not paying taxes. This is what the rich do. They try to keep their taxable income down as much as possible. That way you don't need to pay so much in taxes. You need to really take advantage of this. You don't need to be an entrepreneur. You don't need to be a multimillionaire to take advantage of these accounts. As I said earlier, a 401k, a Roth IRA, HSA is available to most Americans. The eighth thing you want to do is you want to build multiple streams of income. You do not want to rely on one job, guys. If they lay you off, this would derail you completely. Have multiple streams of income. Once again, you're stacking the odds in your favor. If they fire you or lay you off in one job, at least you know you have another source of income coming in. Do real estate. Have a side hustle. Do anything. Side gigs. Sign up to side gig apps just in case things don't work out with your main job. You have another backup. You just have to have multiple sources of income coming in, okay? Cannot be one. And it doesn't necessarily need to be like your hard labor. It could be with something getting, stock dividends, right? You could buy some stocks, they give you some dividends, and that could give you some source of income as well. There's plenty of ways, guys, to get multiple stream of incomes, and you certainly need to have it. Do not rely on just one income. You can't do that. The ninth thing you want to do is to surround yourself with good people. You can't be around broke-ass people or poor people that try and drag you down. It's not going to work. Put yourself around some positive people that will motivate you to keep on going, because this journey gets really lonely. It gets really lonely and it's really difficult. If you have people around you cheering you on and everyone is doing the same thing you're doing, just by osmosis, you will be doing great as well. So try to just put yourself around good people. And if you struggle with that, if you don't have any positive in your life, then subscribe to some YouTube channels that motivate you. Listen to some podcasts, read some audiobooks. These guys could be your mentor. Okay, you don't physically have to be there with them, but they're giving you all this information and sharing with you all this knowledge that you could treat them as a friend, as a mentor. Take advantage of that. And the 10th thing you need to do, guys, is protect your wealth. You need to have some insurance policies in place, and you need to make sure as well, you need to protect the money from yourself. If you follow all of these 9 tips, you're protecting yourself from making some dumb mistakes that could cost you so much money. You need to protect your wealth. You need to be smart. You need to be diligent. You need to remove instant gratification. All of this, guys, is going to allow you to build wealth. So if you follow these 10 things, you will be stacking the odds in your favor. So don't get surprised in your 60s when you're broke. You did this to yourself. You lived a YOLO life. You didn't handle your business. And now, eventually, it caught up to you. So please, stack the odds to your favor. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.